together with you.
Hey guys, welcome back to Vlogmas. I decided to start this video off with a little bit of a voiceover because my voice is a little bit tired from streaming Vlogmas day to day. But nonetheless, I wanted to get you guys a first peek at how I begin making garments. I've got a couple, as you can see, in the works right now. So I'm just going to work on this one polo and thought I'd show you guys how I start and some of the trials that I go through while crafting, and how relatable crocheting can be, and not all the time do I get it perfect, but you get to see the work in progress, so stay tuned. Okay, really quick, I wanted to let you guys know the materials that I used. So I'm working in 3.25 millimeters, my apology, gauge, and then you can work in whichever you prefer yarn. I'm just letting you guys know what I'm using. And then I'm using these 1.75 ounce skeins of yarn, and I believe this is going to hopefully take just 3 of these and 4 of these to make, because I can't seem to find the 4th one of this that I made, so bear with me. Okay, so I'm establishing my collar and working from that to get my very own polo. That's what I'm hoping this will be. Okay, yeah, as I say, that kind of looks a little uneven. But if I close it, let me just do that test. When I iron it down, it'll stay closed more, but I think we'll see. You know, once I put it on, it could rest a little bit lower. It could be this high. I'm going to try to open it so that it can rest a little bit lower, and then we can adjust how it closes in the breast area after we move on. Trying so hard to learn teaching myself how to write down patterns. I guess I am trying my best to use the proper wordage that you'd use, and then I'm just like crocheting, and as I crochet, I'm just going to write down every little step that I take. I read a couple articles that said that that's, you know, how you do it, and I got my dictionary or my keywords down so I can translate. But I'm trying, you guys. I'm working on it. Wish me luck, guys. I definitely have a lot of scratch works, and if you are, you know, starting to write down patterns, I would definitely, if I were you, use a pencil, because as you can see, it involves a lot of back pedaling and erasing. So yeah, I free from Amazon. This is pretty huge. It's not mine, it's Cody's. I wonder what's in it. Is it something for Christmas? Could it be for me? Who knows? Alright, so we've got progress. It's starting to fit lower on my body, and that's the goal. I'm planning on getting one of those mannequins to kind of wear so that I can see it, and that'll be better visual for you guys and also for me, as well as you know, an online store. So just wait for that. But as you guys can see, it's getting lower and it's becoming a polo, if you will. The form of the cardigan, or not cardigan, the pullover is forming. This is what I got going on. So we've moved down, and it's beginning to take the form in which I want, and I'm just indecisive right now of how I want to continue it, because if you can see from the back, I would have to work downward in order to expand it, but I want to keep the same routine of increasing, doing the 2 single crochets and on the outside, and then 2 single crochets extra in the middle, and then 2 single crochets and 1 in the first stitch here. So that's really what I mean. So I just mean that I did 2 single crochets in the first stitch, and then every one thereafter I did 1 single crochet in each of the stitches, and then in the middle, to help with the increase, I established the 2 single crochets. Figured out the way in which I was going to get this to expand out, if you will. So what I did, I was too lazy to go grab my actual stitch markers, so I'm using safety pins, which work just as well. So what I did was, I'm gonna take this off because it got a little chilly. What I did was, decided that in order to expand, so we wanted it rested here. So in order to expand in the back, I would have to continue the same, at least the same that I'm establishing sleeves here. So I found a good resting spot for where I wanted the top to go. And so I said to myself, said, that's from Medea, okay. Anywho, so I figured that if I continued to do single crochets down these side panels here, like in each row, like repeating the same pattern that I kind of got going, just 1 simple single crochet to keep the same shape of this, then I would eventually form the top half of the pullover that I wanted, or the polo shirt that I wanted to make, and I would then begin to work from here down to connect it and let that be a way for me to, so my next project is really what I'm trying to say. I'm apologizing, guys, it's getting late and I'm getting a little tired, but what I plan to do is just go ahead and find a way to connect either side A and B together to close it here in the neckline. And then I would just continue this down until I got a nice starter for the sleeves that I was gonna put on it. I don't think I'm gonna do puff sleeves. Probably will do fitted, because I'm afraid of creating any kind of glitch in the chain that I already have going that'll make it move. I want it to rest on my neck like this. So I want to crochet in this kind of shape that I have already, as opposed to increasing it anymore for fear of it changing or shifting or one side wearing. So it's definitely, my advice is always, if you are making a top, then you're working from the top up and down instead of like crocheting pieces and then stitching them together in the end. If you don't have a body form, then I would suggest putting it on yourself physically so that you can see yourself how it will rest. Because a lot of times what happens when you are making garments, like crochet garments, is that if you don't form it around your actual form, when it comes time to put it on, you're not going to be able to get your head through, or to get your arms through, or just, you know, any kind of faulty things of that nature. Grabbing a quick drink of some cranberry kombucha, I find several ways to keep myself focused and hydrated while I'm working. As you can see, I'm trying to give you guys an all-around shot of the progress. For those with a keen eye to detail, you can tell that I'm slowly, gradually working this project down my body, and what I plan on doing is connecting it so that it rests securely onto my body. I like the low fitting neckline, and so my goal is to keep it in that space. But if the knitting does shift a little bit in this stage, it's not too bad, because I can always, in the next step, stretch it out and get it to fit formally on my body. closing like that. I'm out of neck rope. I'm gonna bring it down, and I'm confused because I'm not sure it vertical stripe, like vertical stitches. Or if I should go around. Y'all, he's trying to ruin Christmas. He's trying to give me my Christmas present early. It's okay, Dave.
Oh, yeah. I
So,
want to give it to you early.
No.
Dang it.
I say no.
Oh,
Save it.
Alright, well, as long as you promise you will not go in there.
I promise I won't snoop.
Don't snoop. Okay,
What?
don't break the rules.
Okay, what if I gotta get a sweater
Don't go
out
in
that
there.
closet?
I'll get it for you. Just let me know.
What if you're not here?
Wait for me to get here.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll hide it in
Supposed
there.
to be naked?
Maybe I'll hide it in there good, but
Okay.
I'm gonna have to figure out a way to hide it.
I know it's hard hiding, but
Fuck closet, something. Tail just slapping my arm.
don't give it away. Don't give it away.
Yo.
This is what Ralphie does 24/7. He plays. What an awesome job. Okay, so this is where I am. I'm leaving off. I've began to form some sort of closure here, making the same for, I think I'm going to redo this, to be honest, because I'm also trying to break down the patterns. Even though it's giving me the shape, I may end up keeping it if I can get it somehow to be symmetrical. But see here, it's a little bit too long. My brain gets tired, so I'm going to rest on it and then pick it up tomorrow. Alright guys, yeah, so thank you so much for crocheting with me, and until next time, it's my pleasure, and thank you. Good night. Oh, if you guys have any questions, if you're not subscribed already, subscribe. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this content and you're not bored and you enjoy, you know, all things crochet. And then go ahead and put a comment down below if you have any, you know, tips on what you think I should do as far as closing this piece here. I hope it's good enough for you to see, but I want to continue the same horizontal lines is what I'm trying to make. So it might entail me having to redo this piece here, so that that's a little bit more clear and a little bit more tighter. I think that's the look that I want. And my goal is to bring, let me see if you can see it. If I zoom in. Okay, so my point is to bring this in closed button position. So I think this is a good match for the top. Crochet out will become the sleeves, and then this is slowly but surely. Sometimes when you're crocheting and you envision like the shape of a garment, it's difficult and always wise to constantly wear your garment so that you can see how it will actually fit, because a lot of times you can find that you'll have the best intentions for placement of where you want to connect certain pieces of your crochet garment, and then when you go to put it on, it's different, and just wanted to show you guys real quick how I get started with the garment. And you know, it doesn't always come out super successful in the beginning. Sometimes I have to cut, copy, paste, edit, all that stuff. Yeah, but it's fun. And on tomorrow's vlog, I'll go ahead and show you guys how much more progress I got, or the progress that I do have. Sounds so good. Okay, progress. Look, we finally closed it and we got it over my neck, and it's looking like it's coming into the shape that I want. I definitely have to be careful of how I go further, just so I can keep the structure. Okay, so I started off writing everything down as I was making it, but I think I'm going to wait until I finish it and then try to make it again and then write it down like that to make sure that the patterns are right. For those of you guys who are already have you know, patterns up and want to offer any advice, please feel free, because I, you know, would like to hear from some people who have a lot more experience than I do when it comes to creating patterns for your work. So yeah, I'm liking the way that it's getting. You can see how it looks even behind me. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good so far. All right, so this actually is going to be the end of the vlog. I'm just showing you guys like a quick span of how I start my garment making. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, leave them down in the comments below. Make sure you give this video a like. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And thank you guys. As always, it's been a pleasure. And until next time.